Did you see the BO7 multiplayer updates? Wow, I actually did. I did see that. Hold on, let's take a look at that as well. They're actually doing a great job. I'll give credit to them. I know you guys are going to say that, you know, Call of Duty, I'm just going to say it's great. Dude, I saw someone earlier say there's a compilation of me saying that this is going to be the best COD for the past 4 years in a row, and it's me just saying that over and over.
Everyone, Matt Schrontz, design director at Treyarch, back again to talk about some updates for multiplayer.
Let's take a
and
look
Black
at this
Ops
real
7.
quick. Sure.
Okay, so the first topic I want to touch on is the whole aim down sights, ADS, while sliding, diving, wall jumping topic. So in the beta, that did require you to take the dexterity perk. The team looked at all of our options and ultimately landed on providing the most fluid experience by default, which does mean we've reintroduced the ability to aim down sights while sliding, diving, and wall jumping by default. You do not
I mean, come on. Thank fuck. I mean, seriously. That is a huge W. Huge W. So I'm pretty sure that they are going to, they're just making it slower if you don't have dex, which I think that's how it should be. Dude, the whole tack stance shit
need to take the dexterity perk.
Tack stance is
Dexterity will still speed up those interactions, sprint to fire, slide to fire, but you will not need dexterity perk to ADS while doing those actions.
Thank goodness.
The next one I want to touch on is just to reconfirm a topic I touched on in our last dev update about footstep volume. We have slightly increased the volume of our footsteps in multiplayer. We're very happy with where they're at, where it's going to incentivize more stealth play styles without over-indexing on the need for the ninja perk.
I thought,
next I want to touch on...
I mean, I'll just pause in between each point. I thought that the sound on footsteps was fine, but if they're making it a little bit louder, I don't mind that. You have ninja if you don't want to be heard. I don't mind that.
Where we've landed with our slide tuning coming out of the beta for launch. Alongside that dexterity change and the ADS change, we have slowed down the slide speed a bit, and we will reduce...
No!
the distance a bit, but I promise you it still feels great, it still feels fluid, but we want to make sure that that's not the only way you can enter in an engagement. Okay.
No, I don't know. I thought the movement was great. Hopefully it didn't fuck with it that much. I thought the movement, speed, everything was good, but
another movement topic I want to touch on are our mantles. So we saw the feedback, we agree.
Make it
faster.
faster.
Some of the mantles felt a little slow.
Yes.
So the team is going through every single mantle in the game to make sure that we have a consistent speed and fill and everything feels fast and fluid.
Yes.
The next one
WWW. I don't want to get caught mantling fucking walls.
Is a meaty topic, and it's about our perks and our perk distribution. Got a lot of feedback. We made some changes ahead of beta coming out of our blog. A lot of you had a lot of feedback on that, which we appreciate. But the big changes that we're going to focus on here for launch are, one, we want to make sure that we are incentivizing and allowing for varied play styles. Two, we saw a lot of feedback on how stacked slot 1 was. So we've made some adjustments there that I think you're going to be happy with. And then 3, there were some kind of niche underutilized perks. So we've actually made some combinations of perks to make those chunky decisions and choices. Okay, let's get into the details.
Okay, holy shit.
We've actually moved Tech Mask to slot 2 from slot 1. That's going to allow for classes like Flak Jacket, Tech Mask, and Guardian for a very strong support tanky class. We've moved Tac Sprinter to slot 1 from slot 3, Looper to slot 3 from slot 2.
Okay, hold on. This guy's talking. This is the Pythagorean theorem right now. Hold on.
To slot 2. Okay, let's get into the details. He's moving too quick. First change, we've actually moved Tech Mask to slot 2 from slot 1. That's going to allow for classes like Flak Jacket, Tech Mask, and Guardian for a very strong support tanky class.
Okay, I like that because I didn't think fast hands was like needed. I don't think you needed fast hands. I actually like them moving that there.
We've moved Tac Sprinter to slot 1.
Okay, so this will be Flak, Ninja, Lightweight, and Gung Ho. I still think they got to break these up a little bit. Tac Sprinter, Gung Ho, Lightweight. But now that Gung Ho and Dex aren't as important because you can slide and shit without them and aim in, not as important.
Slot 3, Looper to slot 3 from slot 2. And
to 3 from 2? Okay, so literally everyone is going to be running Dex.
That's going to let you loop your score streaks. Cold-Blooded is going to slot 3.
Cold-Blooded.
3 from slot 1. And that's going to allow for full stealth classes like Ghost, Ninja, and Cold-Blooded, with a wild card, of course. Scavenger is going back to slot 2 from slot 1. And then we'll start getting into the combinations of those underutilized perks that I touched on.
I think those are good changes.
Which allows you to move by traps without setting them off, has been added to Engineer. So that's going to be a fun perk where you can actually see enemy equipment through the world and then also approach it and not set those traps off. Vendetta, which allows you to see the location of your previous killer, has been added to Assassin. So if you really want to target a single player on the enemy team, this is going to be your perk.
Ah, fuck. So you're telling me that when I'm in there shitting on the lobby, going for my nukes, now they're going to be hunting me down as well.
So one for our melee players, we've actually added Bruiser, which gives you increased health regen and score for melee kills to close shave. So if you want to go all in.
Close shave. Use detected melee when you perform a weapon butt. Melee kills replenish health. Okay, I actually don't mind that.
Melee playstyle, this is going to be the perk for you.
I actually really
Hunter's Instinct, which gives you.
I don't know about you guys, but I really like whenever CODs are, you run up to them, knife them, and you kind of like throw them off. I like the ghost knife. I love that shit. Because knifing in COD has kind of felt, I mean, just not good lately. It's not good. So I don't mind them throwing a perk in there.
Intel on a nearby enemy after a kill has been added to Tracker.
That's going to make getting the melee camos so nice. That's a great
one that I'm super excited about. We've actually added Quartermaster, which recharges your equipment to Gearhead, and that has moved to slot 1. And if you're all about the gadgets, or if you're all about the field upgrades and the equipment, this is going to be the perk for you. So with all of these changes to our perks,
I think they did a good job with the perks. I think they did a good job with making dexterity no longer needed. I mean, they're making good changes, bro.
We think you'll be very excited. And of course, we're very much looking forward to your feedback. Okay, next up, I want to touch on what we're doing with Aim Assist in Black Ops 7. So first off, we're looking very closely at the data. And the data says that controller players are winning slightly more in close range engagements. And then keyboard mouse players are winning slightly more in those long range engagements.
You don't say. I mean, that's kind of how it's supposed to be.
So what we're going to do here is to try to close that gap, take a very close look at the strength of aim assist across all of those ranges. And then additionally, we are looking at rotational aim assist and the requirement for your right aim stick to be moving in the direction of your target. We'll have more concrete details to share soon. That's my time for today. Of course,
listen, they better not fuck with my aim assist, because if they fuck with my aim assist, then your boy might be out of a job here. They're not going to fuck with it that much. I like the changes. I hope they all work out. I like all the changes. Hey, you got to give them credit, man. They're doing a good job. I know a lot of people have a hate boner for Call of Duty. I mean, we're in the Battlefield section right now. We're about to play Battlefield, so I get it. But they have been doing a good job. They've been making good changes. I feel like they're actually putting...
It's not a phase, Mom.
They're putting the right foot forward, which is listening to the community, taking in feedback, and applying feedback where it's actually needed. Because sometimes people get feedback and it's faded, right? Like, gamers are going to bitch. I'm going to bitch. I'm literally the king of bitching. But most of the time that I'm bitching, it makes sense. I don't just cry to cry. Usually, it makes sense, right? Do you guys think that when I bitch, it's usually valid? I don't really complain about that much. But I feel like the stuff that I complain about is usually pretty valid. No? All right. Is the lineup for the race official yet? We actually had a meeting about the race, like a week ago. Yes, the roster is set. We're still working on guests. We're working on the scheduling, who's going to do what shifts, how long of shifts, all that good stuff. All of our sub incentives and challenges and shit like that.
I was kind of liking that stuff.
Let me just say this about the race, because I don't want to give away too much,
find
right?
Out if you're spitting game or not.
It was super successful last year, and I think it's going to be even better this year. Just in terms of the content and stuff that we have going on. Now that we've already done it for 1 year, now we kind of know what it's going to be like. You know, now we can kind of plan a little bit better. This year's race should be better overall. And I thought last year's was absolute cinema. It was cinema. But I did tell them, because they're trying to implement that 1 hour you can be gone rule. I said, listen, boys,
I know it's one life.
Y'all can put that rule back in. But I have a pregnant wife at home. So y'all might have to give me a little bit more time than the others.
We're fucked.
I think that's pretty fair. That's valid, right? Y'all better not say no. Bro is part-timing during the race.
Dude,
there's no way I could part-time during the race. It is literally 24 hours. it is a 24-hour. I actually think this year,
Get the fuck out the way.
I think this year we're gonna finish faster than last year because you gotta think about it. This year we got skill-based matchmaking playlists. Is
terrible wall.
They're taking down the skill base. Double XP codes. So we already saw the monster codes. I think you can have 12.5 hours of double XP with monster codes.
Simply put,
and it just allows like the other players like that don't play COD all the time, like Maniac.
Okay.
It allows them. They're just gonna do better because the lobbies are gonna be easier. So they're gonna be getting more kills. I think it's gonna be a little bit faster than last year. Okay. Seth is about to be texting Iz throughout the whole race, asking if she needs help with anything in all caps. Yo, fuck off, dude. Fuck off.
Let's get it.